Hey, what's up everybody? Joshua Casper back at you with Plugin Boutique, and today we're checking out the brand new ElectroNylon instrument from Sampleson. Sampleson is a brand new manufacturer that we're hosting on pluginboutique.com. They have a ton of great sounding instruments and they're all really unique. They all use some really interesting processing, and I'll tell you what, from the ones that I've tried out, I've really enjoyed them all. The project you heard in the beginning of this video is actually two of their instruments. In fact, everything you heard was just from Sampleson instruments. Obviously, the ElectroNylon is the main kind of melodic content, and then there's Brushify drums. So if you like the sound of those drums, and I really like the sound of those drums, definitely check that out as well. But for this video, let's concentrate on the ElectroNylon. The thing that's really interesting about this instrument is it comes with a nylon guitar and an electric piano, and you can mix between the two, but it's not just like using a volume fader across the two different instruments. It actually uses what's called real-time spectral shaping, which uses spectral transformation and takes on the harmonics and formants of each instrument and then blends them mathematically together. So it's a much more in-depth process and it makes it sound really natural. And when you're in the middle of the two, you're really getting an instrument that is a blend of the two instead of a blend of just the two instruments' volumes. It's really cool. It sounds really natural, and it gets some really great results. And you have a bunch of control over everything else using the built-in effect. In this video, it's going to be pretty short, but I'm just going to walk you through the instrument and how it works and let you hear how it sounds. So this is how the instrument sounds soloed inside of this project. Sounds really nice. And right now the blend is really in the center, but a little bit skewed towards the electric piano. So now what I'm going to do is play that same loop and kind of slide to the electric piano and then slide over to the nylon guitar, and then we'll jump into the effects at the bottom. So those real-time spectral transformations when you're blending the two instruments together is really pleasant. It sounds like a kind of almost like a new instrument. So what I'm going to do is slide over to the nylon guitar side and just play you some of the details over here. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off everything else. And this is what it sounds like with everything down here at the bottom deactivated. So let's add some finger noise. So you can kind of hear it's been added there. We can have the release strum. And we can add the slides when the finger is sliding down the actual strings up here at the top. And this sounds really cool. So it's right there with it's a really high pitched sound that sounds really cool, especially when you have some of these effects on. And then we have the key clicking. That you can hear that slide right there at the end. So now what I'm going to do is slide this over to the electric piano side and go ahead and reactivate these and see what they're adding to the electric piano. So these four effects down here are really subtle, but as the module suggests, being details, it's just there to make things sound even more natural, and it really does do the trick. Then we have some built-in effects over here, very straightforward. We have an ambience control. And this is just on or off, and then we have a chorus control. Really widens things up. Gives us that movement, that sort of feeling that things are really wide. There might be more than one instrument going on. And then it has a really great drive saturation distortion unit right here. If you turn that on, it actually has a dry wet amount right here. And then finally, we have a really nice reverb algorithm baked inside as well. And then finally, there's an output volume slider. So the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and drop a different piece of MIDI on here so you can really hear this thing go to town. And I'm just going to let the video ride out, maybe switch through some presets and tweak out some of these effects down here at the bottom. But that's the gist of what's available in this instrument. It's a very streamlined instrument, and the real value here is just how good it sounds and the uniqueness of the middle lane here inside of the mix between the nylon guitar and the electric piano, and how it's using something different to kind of create a brand new instrument in between the two. Very, very cool.